Okay, let's talk about MrBeast. MrBeast, or Jimmy Donaldson, is one of the biggest YouTubers on the planet. And recently, he did a video where he came to Africa and built 100 wells across 5 countries.
This is the first of 100 wells we're gonna build in this video. Whoa, water! You just witnessed a small village in Kenya get access to unlimited clean drinking water in less than a second. One down, 99 more wells in Africa to go. You're gonna love this video.
52 of these wells were built in Kenya. And whereas a section of the internet has been really impressed and praised his philanthropy, there are people who feel like he has posed as the white savior, that he has used this to gain clout.
So there's a video circulating, gaining a lot of traction. And the conversation is growing about MrBeast. MrBeast has or is planning to drill 100 wells across Kenyan schools. I don't know where in. I saw he's even calling some place Nairobi. No, you can't even say Nairobi.
I mean, you're a Kenyan and you've just heard of Nairobi for the first time. You could even Google about it. Also, there's no part of that video where MrBeast has posed as a white savior or a savior of any kind. You just come and seen an issue and solved it. That does not make him someone who feels like he can solve all of our problems. I mean, if you're a child who has to walk a long distance to school, the bridge you're using is very hazardous, and also you don't have access to clean and safe drinking water, then anyone who comes to solve your problem should be celebrated. MrBeast, through his philanthropy, has done a lot of good in the world. I don't think his videos have painted Africa as a dark continent, a continent full of problems, like Francis is saying. No. The fact is, Kenya has a water issue. For example, Nairobi needs around 1.5 million metric tons of water, but can only provide 500 to 800,000 metric tons. So that already tells you that we have a problem. Imagine situations where we don't have piped water in these remote places. So Kenya has a water problem and we cannot shy away from that. Instead of wasting a lot of time bashing someone who has come to help save a situation, let us look at what this actually says, especially for education in the country. MrBeast's video reveals something that we've always not wanted to talk about in this country, Kenya. That is the inequality in the system of education in the country. Actually, most countries grapple with inequality in the systems of education, but most of them have accepted that the situation is real and have actually done something about it. We are not saying that children should be equal, but when it comes to education, a tool that we've always said is an equalizer, then we need to see it equalizing. We need to see it giving people the same chances. When a child does not have their basic needs met, then their educational needs are going to struggle. So if we don't have access to clean drinking water, and someone does not feel safe coming from home to school, and someone has to put up with lots of dangerous situations, then I don't think they're going to be sitting in a class and talking about verbs and nouns. Also, we've seen from that video, and it's not the first time we've seen it, actually some of us have experienced it, that our schools are not equipped. We don't have this kind of resources that we need to bring the best out of us. So you've seen him buying computers and doing a projector and also a whiteboard or something like that. You've also seen him donating soccer balls. These are things that some of these kids don't have access to, and this is the problem we have as a country. And this is not just in Kenya, but most countries who struggle with this kind of inequalities, is that in one area you'll find people who have all the resources, so they're going to be good at some things because they have the exposure, while others who don't have that exposure will never know what they could have been good at. So it's very good to see that someone is trying to solve this, but of course he can't solve this issue for everyone. It's very important that we start talking about these issues as Kenyans, because we've been talking about this CBC, and if we are not really sincere about our situation, then we are going to have this education not being a great equalizer but being a great divider, because those who have these resources are going to be way ahead of those who don't. And so instead of looking at this thing from a different angle of someone trying to profit from your situation, let us look at it for what it is. Also, something we've always known about MrBeast, from what he says about the money he makes, he channels a lot of it to charity. And in this particular video, he says that the proceeds from the video are not going to be used in any other way but for charity purposes. So those are saying that he's riding on the back of our problems. Should actually look at it in a different way.
The 100 wells we built in this video will change a lot of lives, but not enough. Which is why before you go, I want to urge you all to go to beastphilanthropy.org/wells or click the link in the description and donate money if possible. We're literally not profiting a dime off this video. 100% of the money we raise is going to go towards building more wells like you saw in this video all around the globe. I know it's weird that a YouTuber has to do all this stuff, but someone's got to do it. And if no one else is, we're going to do it. As you can tell, it really does change the lives of the communities where we build them.